What would you say are the top 5 things a man could do to make himself more attractive to women?
Number one has to be get in shape. It has to be get in shape. I mean, obviously you take getting in shape more seriously than almost anyone I know, but even myself, I was out of shape at the beginning of this year because I had some problems with my arm that I was fixing and I couldn't train. I just looked at myself in the mirror, even though I wasn't in horrible shape, just thinking, Jesus Christ, this is abysmal. The standard you set on yourself is what's attractive. Yes, the great body and the physical shape comes with it, but I feel like women are attracted to that in general. I mean, there are athletes, there are boxers, they're a bit fat, MMA fighters, a lot of them, look at some of the heavyweights, are not in the best shape in terms of bodybuilding aesthetically, but the fact that they're up every day learning how to fight, working, training in the gym, it does something to your mind as well as your body that women find attractive. So that has to be number one. More attractive to women, learn how to talk, learn how to be funny, learn how to deal with women. Some people just have no idea how to speak to women and how to be around women. Understand that male psychology and female psychology are very, very different. Some people with no experience with women, they will think that women think like men, which is one of the biggest mistakes that I think people make in general. Young guys are literally, they'll send pictures of their or naked pictures to girls they like. No. You'd like it if she sent you a naked picture. And even if you're flirting and she seems interested in you, maybe she's interested in you. Don't send her a picture of your dick. That's correlating male and female psychology in a bad way. That's just an example.
I think for me, what I've experienced is obviously being in shape can help. What has helped for me is, like you said before, just being able to have a conversation, be interesting, share stories, ask them questions, be funny.
Yeah, women love to talk about themselves.
Being funny is underrated as well. You don't have to try too hard, but have a little bit of a sense of humor, make them laugh. If you can make them laugh, then
you can make them do anything.
Yeah, they're yours.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're bad with women, date more women. Find women who will date you and date them. Like with anything, kickboxing, martial arts, business, physical training, you will get better the more you do it. So if you're 18, 19 and you're with women, ask an ugly woman out. Cool, stop trying to aim for the hot ones because the hot 18-year-old girls will date people like me. They're not interested in you. Find an ugly chick, date her, and maybe you'll fall in love, maybe you won't, but it doesn't matter. As you go through relationships and experiences with women, you'll learn more about women.
So for people who are quite shy, are more introverted, do you have any advice for them when it comes to networking and getting themselves out there?
The same advice I have for procrastinators, because I was shy once. When I was 17, 18, I was shy. It wasn't so much with business networking because I didn't know anybody important, but I was shy to go up and talk to girls and stuff. And without the internet and without dating apps and all the little cheat codes that shy people use and men use now, they're crutches that people lean on, I just understood I'm not going to ever get laid if I don't go up and talk to that girl. So the advice I have for people who are too shy to put yourselves out there, too shy to approach women, too shy to pitch a business deal to somebody important, then good, have fun staying poor and lonely. Because especially when you're young, it's not easy and it does take some balls, but just go and do it anyway. The worst that people can do is say no. That was something in my mind, actually. People used to tell me that. Go talk to the girl. The worst you can do is say no. And that was it. Sometimes they say no. And that's the way it is.
And the what if will kill you afterwards.
The what if will kill you. The what if will absolutely
pussied out.
So yeah, and if you never are going to learn those skills and you're never going to take a shot in the dark, then good. Have fun staying poor and have fun staying lonely and have fun with your Pornhub subscription. But don't be retarded. Like some people think I'll say this, and some people are so retarded they'll come up to me with like papers and be like, "Yeah, you said people didn't take the initiative. Here's my business proposal." But I'm like, just leave me alone. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, just if you don't have confidence, fake confidence. Confidence is the one thing you can fake, and people believe you have it. If you I'm shy, go talk to the girl. Okay, if you actually walk up and talk to her, then you're not shy. You've spoken your confidence into existence. So yeah, and a lot of people won't ever do that, and I have no help for them. What could I possibly tell them that's going to fix them? Nothing. But you're going to be lonely and you're going to be broke if you stay that way.
You have to almost look in the mirror and just tell yourself that you are the man.
Yeah.
You have to believe you are the person that you want to be.
Absolutely.
And just by thinking that, then you feel as though whatever situation you're in, you're supposed to be in the situation.
The person I want to be wakes up at 7 and he trains for 2 hours. The person I want to be wouldn't let that pretty girl walk past him without introducing himself and saying hello. The person I want, so okay, good. So you're going to wake up and lay in bed and then not talk to the pretty girl. Then you'll never be the person you want to be.
I didn't quite understand this my whole life when I've always treated people with respect and been polite, but 200 and something women who I've been with in one way or another, friends of mine, lovers of mine, ex-girlfriends of mine, have been dragged into police cells and interviewed for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And the only goal of the interview is to get them to say that in some way they're a victim of mine. Did he ever hit you? Did he ever lock you in a house? Did he ever constrict your movements? Did he ever? And none of them, because they will call me after the interview and say, these idiots are trying to say that I'm a victim of yours. And I told them where to get lost. These are women who I haven't had contact with sometimes in 6, 7, 8 years. Haven't seen them, haven't heard their name. Their messages have never popped up on my phone. And they're sitting there with police officers saying, no, Tristan's a good dude. What the fuck? doing this for? So if you ever get caught up in something like I'm caught up in, I mean, there are videos of celebrities, saying no names, videos of them beating the shit out of women in hotel lobbies. And there's like, oh, well, they can't prosecute this guy because it was too long ago. I'm like, well, that's convenient for him. He's obviously in the club that I'm not in. That kind of toxic behavior towards women and people in general will always come back one way or another to bite you. And I've always believed that. Way before I ever would have believed that I'd be arrested and put in jail with all my ex-girlfriends interviewed about me. Way before I ever believed that, I knew that behaving in a derogatory way or an impolite way or a trashy way or a toxic way towards people was just never going to pay off in the long run. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute. I like to treat the women who are in my life with respect and the men. Everyone I know. So I'm a gentleman in all aspects because I feel it's very important because what goes around does eventually come around. And I'm now reaping the benefits of the seeds I sowed in the past by just generally not being a horrible person to anyone. I've had girlfriends tell the police, well, he wasn't a very good boyfriend, cheated on me loads of times, but is that a crime? We can put him in jail? Like, yeah, he cheated on me, but, did he ever hit me or treat me bad or, no, he didn't. He was nice.
It's interesting how they can admit all the nice things that have probably been said.
Oh, no, all those hundreds of interviews, oh, yeah, that's all admitted. Because the indictment is just the worst stuff they could find to make you look like a criminal.
On heartbreak, what does heartbreak teach you?
Heartbreak teaches you the power of understanding that in life, things will always get better if you try to make them better. I'm not going to say her name, but there were girls who I dated when you were still a baby. So let's say I was 20 years old and she was 19 years old. I was 20 years old and we broke up for whatever reasons. This particular girl got some job where she had to move to London. And I was upset about it. And now she's some 35-year-old middle-aged woman with two unspectacular kids and a husband who's divorced her. And I'm just like, if the heartbreak had never happened, well, I'd be that guy. I'd be with her now. I wouldn't have done all the great things that I've done. Heartbreak sucks. And you do have to deal with it. And again, know when to walk away without begging or humiliating yourself, especially in this day and age of DMs and messages being recorded and stuff. And each heartbreak, like with every bad event that happens in life, sets an important marker that you eventually look back on a longer timeline, and you see the growth and the self-improvement and maybe the hypothetical scenarios that would have happened had you stayed with that person or had you not been betrayed by that person. But it's only once you progress a couple years past that timeline that you could see the knowledge in it, unless you do it the wrong way and let it spiral you into down the toilet of self-destruction, in which case then you're like, oh, well, that's when my life went completely wrong. So no, that's when you chose to give up. They're two very different things. Heartbreak's fantastic. I wish my heart could still be broken. That'd be nice.
What about giving us some tips? 3 tips on getting good with women.
Oh, I can do this all day.
Well, then I flew out here. I've got all day.
Right, easy. 1, there are no tips. If women don't like you, it's your fault and they don't like you. I am sick of dating coaches trying to give tips to get women. Oh, well, if you make this kind of joke, or if you first insult her subtly and then say something, it increases her ego level of, no. I don't try to get women, and that's the only tip I can give you, but here are the tips. 1, work super hard every day. 2, train super hard every day and be in shape. 3, make sure your hair looks all right, your beard looks okay, don't walk around looking scruffy. Take showers, basic stuff. Live in a nice house, have a fun lifestyle. All the tenets of hard work. It's funny, actually, the way that God works and the way the universe works. All the tenets of hard work that I preach that makes men better men. If you took women out of the equation, it would still be true. But when women are in the equation, then you don't need tips. You don't need tips. You're in great shape. You got a 6-pack. You're worth $10 million. You look smart. You look sharp. You've showered that morning. You've read a lot of books, a lot of literature. You've listened to a lot of audiobooks, watched a lot of documentaries. You've got interesting things to say. All the things that builds a great man.
But these are tips. And this isn't taught in school, so these are tips.
Well, the tip is, if you need tips, then you're not living life right. No?
Yes, but every winner was once a beginner.
Yes.
In the sense that there's many people who don't know this yet, and you do, and they're willing and they want to learn.
So if you want women, I can't teach you, but I can teach you how to be the type of man that women want. And when
is that not the same thing?
Well, maybe it is.
It's just, it is the same thing. I think what you're saying is no gimmicky tips. What you're saying is, because I think to get rich, it's not just about learning secret tips to get rich. You have to become wealth.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
When you become what you want to be, you get it.
Yes.
I believe you don't get what you want, you get what you are.
That's a very good way of putting it, yeah.
And so I think what you're saying is become the man the woman wants.
Yeah.
As opposed to saying, gain them.
How can I, in my current circumstances? So I play PlayStation all day. I live at my mother's house. I'm 35. I'm the same Tristan Tate. I've never worked out, though. I'm really skinny. I got no muscles, maybe a beer belly. I eat bad food. I haven't got any nice clothes. How does that guy get women? He is me. What tips do I give him?
There are no tips.
There are.
But I
become this version of you. That
exactly.
is tips.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. But
are you just a bit worried about coming across like those who give tips?
Well, yeah, absolutely, because I don't like to give dating advice in that way. Thank you very much. I don't like to give dating advice in that way because I'm like, if women don't want you, I can't teach you anything because I've got it on easy mode because I've done all the hard work. I've done all the hard work of getting rich, staying in shape, learning things, becoming articulate, knowing how to speak, developing a sense of humor, all the things, having a fun lifestyle, all the hard things I've done mean I now play the women game on easy mode. If I had Instagram, which I don't, if I activated...
Is that because you got cancelled? I
got cancelled now, I won't make a new page. There are a bunch of fan accounts of me, but I don't have Instagram. If I did, I'd just sit and look at the inbox and 40, 50 women would write me every single day and I could take my pick. Now, those aren't the type of women you want to marry, but like I said earlier, I mean, they're good for what they're good for. And I could go and find a wife. I could go to the library, approach the beautiful girl, talk to her a little bit, and she'd be on my arm. So I've done all the hard work, so now I'm in easy mode. So if you haven't done any of the hard work, I can tell you how I get women, because I just do. I just do, and they just don't.
But having this conversation, you said, work on your sense of humor, work on articulation, work on your intellect, work on your body. Yeah, so you did.
Well, yeah, I did. Yeah. I did, but those aren't the tips that people want. When a fat out of shape,
you don't teach what people want, do you? You teach what they need.
They need to hear. So when a fat out of shape dude who lives with his mum and plays video games says, "Hey Tristan, give me some tips on how to get women," he's not expecting me to say, "Change your entire lifestyle, work hard for 7 years, and then the women will come easy." He doesn't want that. What he wants is a magic spell, something you could say to them to trick them, brainwash them, make them fall in love with you. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Women are their own people, and they like what they like.
You're obviously doing quite a lot of business now with big figures in Dubai and around the world. How do you decide who to do business with and whether or not someone is trustworthy?
That's a very tricky question. I believe that if you get to my age and you have kept a very clean reputation for yourself, then that's a very difficult thing to do. Because people are always looking to tear you down. People are always looking to cheat me, in which case they may speak bad about me. But whatever it is, I have friends in Dubai who I trust very much. And when I get approached by certain people, "Hi, my name's this, I'm from this certain family, I'd like to meet and talk to you," I literally run the names by my friends who've lived in Dubai for many years and understand this region of the world and know who everyone is. And I say, are these people trustworthy or not? And my friends are very trustworthy because I've known them for many, many years and curated my friendship group by cutting people out and, keeping the high value people inside as well. So I don't do business with many people, but I have a second vote. Me and my brother both have to agree that somebody's trustworthy, that we both want to do something. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. So there's always a debate on somebody and somebody's character. I said, I'm going to do Mike's podcast today. Andrew said, nah, not Mike. He's the guy's a piece of... No, I'm kidding. But and whatever I'm doing, we always run the ideas past each other. So there's an extra layer of check built in to my life. So I feel like that's very important as well. So if you have friends you trust, even if they don't know this person personally, run the idea past them. Explain how you met the guy, how you got in contact with him, who he is, and, let your friends give you another opinion. I think that's probably, I never thought about it. That's probably what influences my decisions the most.
I think it definitely becomes more difficult as you and your brother have just risen to this point of fame. Everybody wants to do business with you. Everyone wants to be associated with you, or maybe just people want to be seen with you for clout.
Yes, and another one is, and this, and I don't apologize for saying this, how rich is that person? How rich are they? How successful are they? If someone drives a Bugatti and owns tigers, like a lot of people do here, and said, Tristan, I want to meet you and your brother and talk business. I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't need to make $1 million. $1 million doesn't mean anything to this guy. Let's listen to what he says. When somebody who's flat broke says, I have an idea that will make us all a bunch of money, I'm like, you don't know what a bunch of money is. Because if I have the magic touch. Me and my brother could get involved in this broke guy's business. We could. And we could make it successful. And we could make $1 million a year. He'd make his $1 million a year. And he'd be so happy. He's got rich now because he's the business partner of the Tate brothers. I would have put time and effort into something and made less money than I sometimes make in a couple days. So how successful are they is a very big thing to do with how I make my decisions also. If someone's got a bunch of money and they're already successful, good. I'll talk to them because then they want to make an amount of money that's going to matter to them. Therefore, I'm going to make an amount of money that's going to matter to me. So yeah, at this stage, it's no brokies. I'm sorry, guys. So all you young men sending me your business ideas on Instagram, do them yourself. I'm not going to do your business with you.